All right. So Sue, so we've been working together the last 12 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to, your goals, I've seen you progress a little bit over the last 12 weeks and losing a little bit of body fat, gaining a little bit more energy. And you've done this through eating a little bit more, actually. Most people would think that you have to eat less, right? Which is a common misconception.
Mm-hmm.
We've had you, if anything, eat more since you started working together. Of course, the things that you're eating were a little different than maybe before. And we just did little tiny tweaks to your diet and your nutrition. And it's given you some pretty cool results. And I appreciate you for being willing to talk about your
Mm-hmm.
experience and kind of just share with others. So Sue, do you mind if I ask, what was your life like before we started working together? And what was one of the, I guess, major reasons why you wanted to reach out to me and work with me in the first place? How was your energy and, what did you want to achieve coming into this program?
Okay. Starting off, my energy has always been pretty good. Um, at least I thought it was pretty good. Um, but I also felt like I wasn't fueling my body properly, not getting the right nutrition, that I was eating, I don't think, enough food. Um, and I did the whole thing. If you take the food away, you'll lose the weight. And that wasn't working. So I was pretty frustrated um, with the whole, and it got my head. So I felt like I needed someone to look over the way I work out, the way I eat, and try to come up with a plan that was going to work for me.
Yeah. So you would, just to kind of like recap, you would tried, cutting away food, being more restrictive with your diet, and
Mm-hmm.
you weren't getting the results that you thought or that people would maybe say that would happen. Because I think something that we hear all the time is, oh, just eat less, move more, and you lose weight. Specifically, you lose body fat.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to look, like lean, mean, that's what you do, right?
Right.
And you were doing that, and it just wasn't working. And that,
Right.
you're frustrated and you're like, okay, like you definitely, I mean, you work out a lot. It's not like you
Mm-hmm.
weren't working out, right?
Mm-hmm.
You play tennis, you would go lift, do group fitness classes, and then you were, eating the things that you thought you needed to be eating and,
Mm-hmm.
restricting like you thought you needed to do, and it just wasn't working. So yeah, like that makes a lot of sense. And I think a lot of people can relate with that. I think too often we hear that just, oh, move more, exercise more, eat less, and it'll all be okay. And if if you're not happy with the way your body is because you have a little bit extra fat here and there, whatever, it's just because you
Mm-hmm.
eat too much. Which I think you kind of found through us working together that that's not like it's not that simple.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like I move a lot and I like to move. I mean, it's not like I do that just for, I mean, I do it for my whole body, my head, my emotions,
Mhm.
everything. So it's not like I'm saying, okay, I'm going to eat this cookie, so I'm going to go run 5 miles now or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and you've been doing this, like health and fitness has been a priority for you for a while, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
you played tennis pretty competitively, I feel like.
Yeah.
You've been working out consistently for a long time. That's not hard for you. You've been logging your food pretty consistently before working, like coming to work with me. It
Mm-hmm.
was just a matter of the fact that like you weren't like you were putting in all that work. You just didn't feel like you had the results that you wanted to see, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So something had to have been missing.
Mm-hmm.
So how did I guess you like come across my program and decide, oh, I'm gonna go work with Jordan? How did we meet? Um, and what made you think like, okay, I'm gonna try Jordan's program?
Well, I met you first at Burn in Woodlake when you were
Mhm.
there. And then I joined one of your groups that you had. I think I started off doing some like the ab workouts and doing that kind of stuff. Um, but then just on Facebook, I just saw the people you're working with too. And just seeing some of the results. And I felt like some of the people you're working with were, I mean, you had some women my age too that were getting results. So it just seemed like I'd give it a chance and see what would happen.
Yeah. So just basically, I mean, I know we met, I was teaching group fitness classes at your gym that you work out currently
Right.
for a little bit. I visited there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just over about a year of being connected together on a Facebook and seeing like different things I was doing and the results that were coming out from the clients I work with one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
You were just like, all right, cool, my turn. Like, let's give it a shot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, I think Pam is a client of mine who's in that group that you were in for that
Mm-hmm.
year, who I worked with her. She also worked out at Burnwood Lake. And I, I think you guys are, similar age.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, seeing her get the results that she got, as well as some other ladies that I work with a bunch of ladies at, the different gyms in Virginia through Burn. So just seeing those results and being like, all right, this is my time now.
Right.
That's awesome. And so I guess, what have you learned so far through working together in the last 12 weeks through your transformation program? And what has been maybe the things that you felt like was the difference maker for you?
Um, Eating. I mean, I eat so much more every day. Um, I'm really working to get my protein in every day, and also the carbs and fats. It's taken me a while. I know it's been a struggle for you to get me to eat more and get to, because it just, like I said, my mindset was something else, but just really, really trying to hit those goals. And I don't always do it, but I play around with your app and try to find the right combination to get those things in. So,
Yeah. And that's something where every week, we've talked and I've said like, okay, cool. Like you did this, we implemented on that from last week. You did it consistently all week. And then I see this little nutrition gap here that we're going to add in, like a quarter cup of rice or
mm-hmm,
whatever it might have been. And little by little, we've made those small adjustments and small tweaks. And
mm-hmm,
I mean, you've actually done a pretty good job of implementing. And that's something where it's like, I don't expect someone to just overnight like change everything, right?
mm-hmm.
And as a result of those small tweaks, what have you seen in your own body and energy?
Well, I've noticed my stomach and my sides getting firmer. I'm not having the bloatiness that I had before. I used to have to pop Tums here and there. I haven't had to do that at all. Um, I just I feel good. I feel good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's like, how long did it take you to, I guess, start seeing that like, oh, this is actually working? Um,
It wasn't long. Um, I would say, I mean, actually, some of the bloatiness stuff, probably the first week. I
yeah,
mean, but then really noticing it as the time went on.
yeah. I remember us having, I think it was like week 2 or week 3, you and I talking a little bit, and you being like, yeah, like not feeling bloating anymore, and a little bit of just like your belly was flattered because of
Hmm.
the bloating being gone.
Right.
And then, I mean, fast forward to now, we're just finished 12 weeks, right?
Hmm.
And the picture that you had showed me that you took in that was taken of you at the gym, you lifting the weights. I mean, you look very, very lean.
Yeah.
You were strong coming in. Like the
Hmm.
pictures that you had, like you had shoulder muscles, everything like that coming in, but you had a little bit, like you just mentioned, of the body fat around the stomach and the sides.
Hmm.
And I mean, now the picture that you recently took, it was you were in a tank top, something like that, but your muscles looking very lean on your back muscles especially. And
Hmm.
that tank top I noticed fits you very just, there's no um
Bumps.
like love handles, yeah, no bumps.
Yeah.
It's just very
Hmm.
flat. And so that's awesome to see.
Hmm.
And I think actually have that picture, so I'm gonna pull it up. Um, and it's just you have, you know, awesome back definition, which is great. And that, of course, that's comes from you've been working out with weights for a long time, and just being able to get that to show now and pop a lot more
Mm-hmm.
through honing in your nutrition over the last 12 weeks, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, here it is. I'm gonna share my screen. But yeah, can you see, Sue?
Uh-huh.
Like, look at all these muscle definition. You definitely had muscles coming in, but it's just like, man, that's great muscle definition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and something we did notice, right? It was like, you know, of course we can't see the skin here, but like I noticed the way your tank top is fitting, and it's very tight and
Uh-huh.
very flattering. It's just like, you know, straight down. Doesn't look like you have much extra going on there. And so I think, you know, some of these, like this picture here was taken a few weeks into the program, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I mean, you have a little bit of extra there. You still have
Right.
the muscle mass here. I can see the
Mm-hmm.
muscle mass, but I don't see the definition like we do
Like we do in the
here,
other.
you know? And that just comes from leaning up a little bit. And if I go into your results tracker, we can, you know, check out what's happened with your body weight over the last 12 weeks. And I mean, most people would, I think, be surprised. They think that, you know, in order to be leaner and look stronger like that, that you have to lose a significant amount of weight. I mean, have you found that to be true?
No, I mean, I've lost, I don't know, maybe what, 1, maybe 2 pounds. I can't remember exactly where I was when I started.
Yeah.
And my
So,
whole goal was I didn't want to think about the weight part of it,
mhm,
but I wanted to get the results in my body, you know,
yeah.
in my body.
And so, like you and I, we really focus on health first and
Mm-hmm.
athletic performance because you work out so much and nourishing your body, right? And then
Right.
from there, whatever happens, happens. We know it's going to be the best, right? Because health
Mm-hmm.
and aesthetics really go hand in hand. Like you can't have one without the other. It's hard to cheat the system.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is like your weigh-ins over the last 12 weeks. I think we started, you know, in October, and you had your body weight was 120. So like you were a healthy weight coming in. You're very athletic,
Mm-hmm.
and you know we saw some fluctuating because that's what happens with body weight. But
Mm-hmm.
like now you're sitting at around 118, so it's like
Right.
2 pounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's 2 pounds of body fat essentially because
Mm-hmm.
you've definitely kept all your muscle mass,
Mm-hmm.
and you've been working out hard, and you have been the whole time, and just getting
Mm-hmm.
that nutrition the way it should be, and believe it or not, eating more, working with your body, nourishing your body a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times helps us out with hormonally, a lot of times just helps us out with our metabolism, which I mean it all plays into each other. But when your body is what I like to call happy, when you're nourishing it, it tends to be healthier too, which means you tend to look better too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not all always about restricting, which I think we
Right.
can see very much through your transformation. And what, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that little chart that I just showed with your weight, that it's like, it's not all about the scale because someone might be like,
Right.
oh, 2 pounds, what a big deal. But I
Uh-huh.
mean, how you feel, um, and I think maybe even your freedom through being able to eat more,
Mm-hmm.
and the way that even you look just a lot more leaner, like you finally, like you wanted to be, like you think you should have been with all the work you're putting in,
Mm-hmm.
to get that to all click.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, I mean, how has that been for you, being to where you are at now from, you know, thinking back to 12 weeks ago when you got started? Has this experience been what you thought it would be?
Um, I have to say it's been really, really good. I've been pleased with everything. Like I said, it's taken me a while to get into the groove of eating, you know, since my mind had been in that other mindset for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But just adding, like, I mean, I can remember the first time I ate a sweet potato, and it was like, I feel full, I feel satisfied, and that's okay that I had, you know, I mean, that was a good thing to have. but
Yeah.
in my head, I'd been eliminating potatoes and that kind of thing. So, but I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, I, I have to say, I was proud of myself. When I saw that picture from Bern, I mean, because I don't see that, but it was neat to see that, the leanness and everything. So, and I want to be strong. I want to go as I age too. I want to you know, be strong and be able to keep up with everybody and, that kind of thing too.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of people that are probably just trying to keep up with you
Oh,
at your gym even.
oh,
But yeah, I think something that is super important, right? And there's that old cliche saying that like age is just a number, but it
mhm.
very much is true. If you take care of your body, you can age very well and have good use of your body. And it's awesome that you obviously see the importance in that. And I mean, I've talked to like 30, 40-year olds that have told me, oh, when I was in my 20s, it was easy and now I'm old and blah, 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 blah.
Uh,
And they're making all these excuses. I'm like, you're in the prime of your life.
yeah.
Like, you should be like, professional football players are in their 30s and some of like, quarterbacks still playing in their 40s and things like that or close to it. And it's like, you know, um, there's this, what would you say to someone, I guess, that has that mindset that like, oh, I'm no longer 20, and I can't do the things I used to be able to do.
I mean, age is just a number. I mean, you can get into shape no matter how old you are, or, nutrition wise,
Hmm.
working out. Um, I just think that, it's crazy, and I would just get going as soon as you can because I think you're only going to feel better.
Yeah.
The-
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
awesome. And then Sue, what would you say to someone who is maybe in our free community group or has just been like watching, like kind of like basically how you were, watching and seeing other people get the results, maybe watching your video, our conversation right now and thinking, uh, maybe I should do this, but they're on the fence. What would you tell that person?
I'd say get off the fence. I mean, you know, it's only going to make you feel better. It's going to help you, um, all the way around, you know, nutrition wise. And I mean, I've always been pretty good about my working out, so I didn't need a kick in the butt with that. But I think that you probably give that a kick in the butt for that too, like
Yeah.
you did with me with nutrition. So, um, I mean, I wouldn't wait. I would you know, just get going, just start. I said the hardest thing is to take that first step into anything, but um, I would just jump in.
Yeah. Awesome, Sue. Well, thank you for, agreeing to share your experience.
Hmm.
And Sue, I look forward to just seeing you continue on in your fitness journey. And, um, I'm super excited and blessed to, as a coach, be able to work with you the last 12 weeks and see all the progress that you've made and, to be where you're at right now. It's awesome.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And you helped me get through the holidays too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we did all of this starting in
Hmm.
October till now. It's like it's the 30th of December.
Uh-huh.
So it's like a lot of people also have that limiting belief of, it's the holidays, like no progress can be made. We're just gonna gain weight,
Hmm.
and or whatever it might be. And you did all this during the holidays, which is pretty
Hmm.
awesome.
Yeah.
And it's not like you didn't celebrate the holidays either.
No, I did. I celebrated,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
celebrated in pretty responsible most of the time way, but if I did one day, it was like right back on it the next day.
Yep. Yeah. And that's what it's like all about, that balance, and that I think with that 80-20 mindset of just like, hey, we don't have to be perfect. Um, and not that C's get degrees or anything like that, but like, we don't have to be perfect all the time. I think so many
Mhm.
people have that all or nothing mindset of just like either you're perfect or you just do whatever. And very much it's like having that moderation and being consistent is the key. And we found that even in just 12 weeks, we can see a lot of results, even through holidays, everything like that,
Mhm.
if we're consistent. So that's awesome
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, exactly. So I thank you.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. And um, I loved coaching you and getting to know you better and kind of just building our friendship a little bit more.
Mhm.
All righty.